Welcome back. This is a busy week for travel as people hop to warmer weather for Easter. Angie Warzenik is a travel trainer with AAA here to share the latest travel trends. Thanks so much for coming in today, Angie.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's start off by talking about what the top destinations are for travelers this year.
You know, top destinations for us always, Florida always seems to be like our number one always, especially for spring break travel. We are also actually seeing an uptick in Rome this year because of the Jubilee. Because it only happens every 25 years. So we are actually seeing a lot of people interested in Rome this year. Punta Cana, cruising right now, we are projecting 19 million travelers are going to go on an ocean cruise this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, you know what? For all of the things that you said, Florida's so easy. Quick hop and a flight. Rome, how amazing to go to Rome.
I know.
Punta Cana, beautiful. You got that like little Caribbean feel.
Yeah.
And then cruises, another thing, they're just so easy.
They are
You
easy.
get on the boat and you don't have to think, you just have fun.
Exactly.
Okay, so is AAA seeing an uptick in travel?
We actually, believe it or not, we are. We are seeing about a 5% increase over year, and that's for domestic and international travel. So
Okay.
we are doing, like, travel is back for sure.
Well, it's necessary. We were locked in for like two years. So everyone's like, no, now I know I need to travel and I can't take it for granted. Now, what advice do you have for people that will be heading to especially busy airports?
Yeah, busy airports. I mean, this weekend, again, with it being the April break, we are going to have a lot of travelers going back to the airport. The best laid plan is, like, don't go in thinking everything is going to go smoothly. Like, absolutely go in. Make sure you have the airlines app downloaded. Be prepared for delays. Be prepared for, you know, hiccups or bumps on the road. Really having that plan in case something does go wrong is going to be, like, fantastic. And honestly, the airlines app, it's going to be your best, you know, your best course of action.
You
If
get those updates, you
Yes.
got those texts with them. And if you're like me, a person who just shows up to the airport as the plane is boarding, don't do that.
Oh gosh, no.
No, don't
please
do that.
don't. I mean, if you do, it's okay. But
Well, I just have, you know, I have all the things, and Buffalo Airport tends to be really easy, but then some things happen, like some airlines sneak in that you have to be there an hour before to check your bag, you know? And I learned my lesson the hard way.
you know, I think my parents may have learned that lesson a little bit earlier this year too.
Learn from my mistakes, mine and your parents. All right, let's talk about road trips. Where are people going to be headed on the roads?
You know, on the roads, really what we see typically for April break is going to still, people will drive to Florida as well. If they, you know, if they're trying to cut down on costs or they want to be more cost effective, people will still drive from Buffalo down
God
to
bless
Florida.
you. I could never.
Yeah. Then some of the closer destinations, which I don't know if they're still closer than Florida. Then we also will see people interested in going to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, Hilton Head, and then also like a little bit of a turn. Some people will want to go see like the national park.
Yeah.
So a lot of times right now, Gatlinburg, Nashville is also popular for April break as well.
Interesting. Okay. Now, before people hit the roads, what should they be doing or checking or making sure is in their car?
Absolutely. It's a great recommendation. I think we all think that, you know what, our cars are just going to go. But it's always recommended to, you know, have your oil checked. You know, if you have, you know, a mechanic that you go to, have them do like a once over on your vehicle before you get on there. You know, make sure that you have a co-pilot. I know a lot of us nowadays, we do rely on our technology to get us from point A to point B, but also what happens if that technology does go down? You know, have backup maps and really be prepared. Have your stops planned in advance. If you're traveling with younger kids, like I gotta say, like have those like scheduled stops so that you have an idea that you're able to kind of give them a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a, I guess we'll say, get some energy
break.
out.
Yes,
there you go.
they gotta get out the car, stretch your legs, run around a couple of times, and then we can get back in the car.
Yeah.
And it is a good point. Sometimes, you know, I don't know. First of all, make sure you do have a charger in your car just in case your phone dies. But sometimes you go through some places if you X'd out of your app for whatever reason, and then you don't have the service to reconnect. You know, I remember those days when my grandma had me printing out MapQuest and I was her co-pilot. You know, it's never a bad idea.
Yeah.
It can't hurt.
It cannot. Have a backup plan, always.
Now, do you expect travel to be really busy this summer?
We honestly are projecting that we are going to continue to see this growth, and everybody's wanting to go somewhere. So absolutely, we've seen already the 5%, and it's continuing that 5% trend from 2024 to 2025, that we still will be busy into the summer. So it's perfect time to start planning those summer vacations. You know, people might think that, you know, it's too early, but it's really not, especially if you want to go to some of the different national parks. If you want to stay in the national park, you're going to probably have to stay outside the national park at this point, but it's perfect time to start thinking of, we're getting done with April break, great time to start thinking of summer travel as well.
Start planning those travel tips in the group chat and make those trips come to fruition.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Angie, for coming in and sharing more about the busy traveling we're going to be seeing. Viewers, if you need more information on how to prepare for traveling this weekend and beyond, you can visit AAA.com/travel. Thanks again for coming in.
Oh, thank you.